maka-attend ngayon. Ayan. So ayun, good evening. And this webinar, this is more on about the orientation about the learning process, paano yung mga magiging part ng mga lesson na uunahin natin, and other things na kailangan nating malaman, like after finishing the course. So what's the next thing to do? Will there be like support, some sort of parang guidance and whatnot until makaland ng client. So those were the things that we will discuss. But also at the same time, I'll share you a little bit about my background, how I actually started sa pagiging isang Amazon virtual assistant. Kasi this is one of the majority concern ng iba na medyo hesitant sila to shift na pagiging isang virtual assistant, kasi nga they don't have any experience about it, they don't have any idea about it, how the industry works and whatnot. So those were the things that I'd like to discuss first. And I guess everyone is ready na. How many? Like we are 20 here already. Okay naman yung audio, guys. Share ko lang yung screen. And there you go. All right, so let me know if you can see my screen already. Asan na, teka lang, kunin ko lang yung Zoom ko kasi nawala. All right, there. Kita nyo na screen ko, guys. Loading. Share screen. All right. So basically, let's start with unang-una, let me thank you guys for giving me the trust for course, choosing the course, enrolling the course. I know there's a lot of courses out there na nagtuturo din with regards to the Amazon virtual assistant, specifically PPC. Some of them are more on general about Amazon, but still you decided to choose sa tawag nito, Sandbox. And just to let everybody know, I'm actually like sa group na to, I mean sa Sandbox, I'm a one-man team, but I'm planning to hire in the future probably a coach or something na tutulong sa atin every time na we will do live sessions, question and answers and whatnot. But as of the moment, I'm a one-man team, and I will try to answer all of your question as much as possible, as possible as I can every time you need it sa support group natin sa GC. And I'll try to help you with that. But in general, let me try to introduce myself first. I am Ruben Chongson, and I've been doing this thing sa industry, pagiging isang Amazon virtual assistant, for about over 3 years already, almost 4 years na ata. Pero in general, nagsimula talaga ako like overall sa pag-VA nasa mga over 4 years na siguro, 4 years and a half or so. I started as hindi Amazon virtual assistant. I started as parang general virtual assistant, social media virtual assistant and whatnot. So prior to that, before ako nag-shift sa industry na to, I was actually a graduate that is totally irrelevant sa trabaho ko ngayon, which is back then, I graduated as HRM student. So it has nothing to do with the computers, VA and e-commerce and whatnot. And then right after that, after ko makagraduate, I decided to work as kumbaga parang call center agent. I have two options that time, an opportunity to choose between magtrabaho sa isang hotel and sa isang call center company kasi nagkasabay yung offer. And so, with that, I decided to choose the call center kasi nga it's, for me that time, it's all about money, malaki daw sweldo, and I also wanted to try to explore as well sa pag-isang call center agent. So, yun. I've been in the BPO industry for about 2 years, and then when I discovered that there is an industry na virtual assistant, na narinig ko lang din from my colleagues, and also at the same time from the book na nabili ko. Then that's where I started to explore more about it, if this thing something that really exists, legit ba or whatnot. Kasi napakaraming mga work from home scam before, yung mga investment and whatnot, and that was also my first impression about the work from home as well, when I heard about it, yung VA. But it turns out to be like different. It turns out to be an actual job talaga, like offering an online service and whatnot. So dito ako mas unang natuto sa virtual careers na libro ni Jomar Hilario. And then right after that, I started to look for some training centers dito sa amin sa Davao na nag-offer ng mga training about virtual assistant. And I started 2017. Yan, June 5, 2017. And nag-train ako for about 2 months. It's more about general virtual assistant, but more on the discussion was more on like we tap on social media management. And so right after that, after I graduated sa training na yon back in 2017, nagsimula na ako maghanap ng kliyente. I decided to resign already, but prior to that, before ako nag-decide na mag-resign, I make sure na I have enough kumbaga budget sa pag-resign ko, kasi nga wala akong trabaho. So kailangan ko mag-ipon muna in order to cover those months na wala akong trabaho, kasi there's no guarantee that time, kasi I don't have a solid knowledge about virtual assistant. There's no guarantee na after ako mag-resign magkakaroon agad ako ng kliyente or trabaho. So nag-ipon ako mga about 3-4 months worth of yung lifestyle ko that time, just to cover those months na wala akong trabaho. But luckily, after a month or so ng paghahanap ko, nagkaroon agad ako ng kliyente, which is I started a social media manager for about few months, 5 to 6 months, I guess. So I started managing social media account ng isang construction company from the California, where I do like social media posts, creating content, increasing their followers, responding to the inquiries and whatnot. But then, as I started to discover more about the virtual assistant, nag-join ako ng mga VA groups, and doon ko na encounter yung industry rin ng different kind of VA na pwede nating i-offer, which is I started sa e-commerce na side sa Shopify. So naging Shopify VA ako mainly because nung prior pa nung nasa pa ako, BPO, I had the knowledge already about Shopify as a seller, dropshipper, international dropshipper. And I was making just a little bit money that time sa pagda-dropshipping, back when dropshipping was still a thing internationally. But then nung naging masyadong expensive ng Facebook ads, it's getting more complicated, so I decided to stop. And then I decided to become a Shopify VA, since may knowledge naman ako about Shopify, so why not na maging Shopify VA. So ayun, nagtagal din ako ng mga about around 6 months sa pagiging Shopify VA. And then I decided to shift already sa pagiging Amazon virtual assistant, kasi this is where I get to know more about it, na malaki pala talaga ang salary na pwede mong kitain sa pagiging Amazon VA, specifically more on SEO and side ng PPC advertising. But yung general VA, more on account management, malaki rin naman ang like rate niya, depende na lang sa pagbenta mo. Actually malaki talaga yung account management, depende sa knowledge na meron ka. But account management is something na parang hindi ko forte, kasi it's a little bit broader. For my case, to study everything around Amazon from A to Z. So ayun, naging general Amazon VA ako, and that time more on product research yung ginagawa ko, aside from managing the inventory, fixing account and listing issues, and other concerns about Amazon, like account health and whatnot. So that time, more on product research, nagtagal lang din ako ng few months, kasi sa pag-iisang product researcher, my challenge was the consistency level of pagiging isang product researcher is yung consistency ng kliyente is hindi ganoon ka-stable. Mainly because pag nakahanap ka na ng product na pinapahanap sa iyo, then that's gonna be the end of the contract already. Then you have to find another client na naman. So basically patalon-talon yung nagiging kliyente ko, at walang guarantee. Walang stability. And once you end a contract with a client, there's really no guarantee na kinabukasan or a week after magkakaroon ka ulit ng kliyente. So, yun na nga, napaisip ko, what are the things na pwede kong gawin na when they hire me, they will need me all the time. Yung kumbaga, pang long-term client or pang long-term na skill while earning a good amount of money. So this is where I started to learn more about the Amazon PPC or Amazon advertising. Kasi sa Amazon PPC, for as long as they're selling, in Amazon, they would always need someone who can do PPC. They would always need to advertise their product. So basically, aside natin, as a service provider bilang virtual assistant, there is a long-term potentially na kliyente kasi hindi nila pwedeng tanggalin yung PPC skill sa kanilang process ng pagbebenta nila sa Amazon. So ayun, yun na nga, after nun, as a product researcher for a few months, I decided to focus more on Amazon PPC. Kasi nga, learning this one skill alone, pretty much like you can earn 6-digit per month already for 2 clients, and even for a single client if makahanap ka ng premium na premium na kliyente who can give you a premium rate as well. But in general, 2 kliyente lang, you can earn like 6-digit already. And that's not really impossible for my case kasi it happens already. And you can do multiple client doing PPC. Now, the thing about this doing PPC is that, gaya na sabi ko kanina, you don't have to learn everything in Amazon, which is that something na parang confusion or question na tinatanong sa akin ng iba na kailangan pa ba nilang aralin yung product research, yung account management, and the other areas of Amazon. Now, to answer the question is, no need na. You can directly focus on Amazon SEO and PPC without learning the other side of the Amazon, like the inventory management, account health management, maintaining your, tawag na ito, yung inventory health and whatnot. There's no need. PPC alone will do the job already to make, 6-digit per month sa skill na to. So all you have to do lang is to really, focus on this specific skill. Aralin lang na mabuti kasi given na naman in terms of like hiring, marami talagang hiring nito sa mga even sa mga social media groups, mga nagpo-post, Upwork, onlinejob.ph. So far, yung pagiging isang Amazon PPC virtual assistant, hindi pa siya ganun talaga ka-saturated. And that's why this is really the best time to learn it. Kasi dito pa lang sa Pilipinas, hindi pa ganun ka-strong yung competition compared to the other skills that we offer from our prospect clients. Kasi maraming, VA skill na pwedeng i-offer. Amazon PPC is one of those. Now, the next thing is, what I'd like to talk about in general is what is Amazon business really all about. Kumbaga, parang overview lang, just for the benefit of everyone who are who is totally new with the concept of Amazon or e-commerce. Well, so ganito siya. Si Amazon Business, it's an e-commerce platform. Parang lang din, Lazada, Shopee, ganon. Merong mga customer and at the same time merong mga seller na nagbebenta sa platform nila gaya ng Lazada at Shopee, di ba? Kahit ako, meron akong sarili kong store sa Shopee and Lazada. Nagbebenta ako ng sariling product ko sa Shopee and Lazada. That goes the same thing with the Amazon. Sa platform nila, they allow third-party seller na makapagbenta sa platform nila. And those third-party seller, yun yung mga potential na magiging kliyente natin in the future to manage their advertising account as their, Amazon PPC VA specialist. Now, there are 2 common selling account na meron sila sa pagbebenta ng product sa Amazon. Now, the first is Amazon FBA. Now, the second one is Amazon FBM. Now, the question is, what is the difference of that two? So, let's talk about the FBA. FBA is basically stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. So, once your selling account is fulfilled by Amazon, that means is every time na merong order sa product na binebenta mo, it's gonna be the Amazon's responsibility to pick, pack, and ship your product to the customer location or house. But the question there is, what's the general process? So basically, pag FBA seller ka, Amazon FBA yung account mo, pag meron kang product, yung product mo kailangan mong ipadala sa warehouse ni Amazon. Para every time na mayroong order sa store nyo, si Amazon na bahala mag-pick, pack, and ship ng product mo at isend doon sa customer. So that's basically the, concept of FBA. While the FBM fulfilled by merchant or fulfilled by seller, ibig sabihin nun, every time na mayroong order, it's gonna be the seller's responsibility na i-pick, pack, and ship yung product doon sa customer. It's either you put it on your own warehouse, sa bahay nyo, or whatever you want to put your inventory, ikaw ang bahala nun kasi ikaw ang responsible to pick, pack, and ship the item. So that's the difference between the two. And most of them are actually using FBA kasi it's less hassle na sa side ng mga seller kasi they don't have to worry about na sa mga tao na pick, pack, and ship ng mga orders nila kasi si Amazon na ang bahala. Right? Now, let's talk about the overview process ng isang Amazon seller, and let's tackle more about as well a little bit with the tasks na pwede natin gawin as an Amazon virtual assistant. Right? So, the very first thing, once you are a seller sa Amazon, pinakaunang gagawin mo, syempre, kailangan mo maghanap and mag-isip ng product na gusto mong ibenta. Right? So, yan yung pinakaunang step. And doon din tayo papasok. Ito yung mga skill natin. Like, merong mga nag-hire dyan na Amazon product researcher, sourcing supplier, and whatnot. So, this is the very first thing. Kailangan nilang maghanap ng product na kailangang ibenta. Now, pag nakapaghanap na sila ng product na gusto nilang ibenta, the next thing na gagawin nila is maghanap ng supplier either from United States, other countries, and mostly from China. So, mangyari niyan, maghanap sila ng mga potential supplier, list of supplier, and then after that, number 3 is in-negotiate nila based doon sa product na gusto nilang mangyari or gusto nilang ipagawa. Now, pag na-negotiate na nila based doon sa characteristics or features ng product na gusto nila ipagawa, the next thing is kukuha ng sample just to make sure na kung ano yung pinag-usapan nila, yun talaga yung gagawin ni supplier. Right? Yun yung ilalabas na produkto. Now, pag nakuha ng sample, everything is right. The next thing is they will place the inventory na, like a mass inventory order na. So, magkakaroon na ng production. Now, while the production is on process, syempre normally meron na silang account niyan sa Amazon. It's just that wala pang product nakalagay kasi yun na nga, on production pa yung product. So, the next thing na gagawin is dito na papasok yung skill natin, which is yung Amazon SEO. Basically, SEO is more on search engine optimization na kung saan they will need to optimize their listing, product listing, na pag merong nag-search ng product mo, dapat ikaw yung unang mag-appear sa page 1 or makita ni customer para potentially na mabili din yung product mo or mag-convert into sale. So it's more on keyword related optimization, yung paggawa ng titles, ng product listing, ng bullet points, product description, the backend keywords. And probably some of you are already familiar with this with this topic na nakapagsimula ng course, but that's the idea. It's more on optimization ng product listing nyo, your product images, your how do you price your product, your product description, your enhanced brand content, and the other areas of the optimization. But in general, Amazon SEO, while the production is still on process, kasi most of them, they will give around 30 to 60 days, depende sa dami ng order mo. So, habang hinihintay yung completion ng inventory order nyo, the very first thing na kailangan gawin is i-ready yung product listing. It must be a retail ready, well-prepared SEO, optimize yung listing nyo in terms of keyword. So basically, sa process na to, number 6, we need to do a keyword research na kung saan yung mga keyword na kukunin natin should be relevant doon sa product na ibebenta natin. Para every time na mayroong mag-search ng product, it's gonna be our product who will be shown in front of the customer. All right? So it's more on keyword research and keyword optimization. Now, right after that, let us say assuming natapos na yung inventory and pinadala na sa Amazon warehouse. And then as soon as maging live na yung product nyo sa Amazon warehouse at pwede na makabili si customer, magiging live na siya. The next thing na gagawin is more on marketing side na, which is dito rin yung papasok yung skills natin, is Amazon PPC. Now, we all know that pagdating sa negosyo, hindi pwedeng patayin yung, or hindi nila pwedeng alisin yung marketing or visibility nila sa customer, or else it's gonna slowly kill their business. And that's the main reason why that they will always need someone who can do PPC in their account for as long as they are selling inside the Amazon platform. And this is what I'm exactly trying to say, na when it comes to Amazon skill, if your goal is just to like make money, because that's the very bottom line why we are doing this, learning PPC alone, focus mo lang dito yung attention mo sa pag-aaral, SEO and PPC, and trust me, 100%, I could pretty much guarantee na it can really sustain making 6-digit per month, given na masatisfy natin yung kliyente natin sa mga performances natin sa mga, I mean, yung trabaho natin sa mga account na pinapahandle nila. All right? So, Amazon PPC is more on advertising. That's an advertising platform inside. Let me show you here. Let's say for example, ito. All right? So, this is the Amazon website. Like let's say I'm looking for a product na, gym gloves. All right, where is it? And gym gloves. Malay pa spelling. Anyway, so gym gloves, ayan, makikita mo. Right? Meron nakalagay na sponsored, sponsored, sponsored. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan is,
Coach, excuse po, hindi po nakikita sure. yung search niya po sa Amazon.
Ay, hindi. Wait lang.
Apo po.
Saan naka-share yung screen ko? Ay, hindi pala naka-whole screen. Wait, unshare ko muna. Hold on. Whole screen, screen 2. Paano ba i-whole screen to? Try natin. Ayan. Kita siya?
Apo.
Alright. So, ayun. So, nag-search ako, gym gloves. Correct lang natin. Ayan. Ayaw niya talaga makorek spelling. Wala siya. Gym gloves. So, ayun. Once customer searches for this specific product or keyword, pag tinype nila yung gym gloves, merong dalawang type of visibility na nakalagay dito. Meron tinatawag na sponsored, which is yung PPC, and meron din tinatawag na organic, which is naturally siya na lumalabas dito sa page number 1 without paying anything. Kumbaga, si Amazon ang nag-decide na ipakita yung product mo in front of the customer sa page number 1 or sa pinakaunahang result. Alright? So, eto, meron nakalagay na sponsored. So, ibig sabihin lang yan sa PPC, as an advertiser, yung mga seller, binabayaran itong mga seller na to na mayroong sponsored, binabayaran nila si Amazon company para ipakita yung product nila when customer searches for the keyword gym gloves. Now, the thing here, the concept about PPC is, PPC from the word itself, pay per click. Ibig sabihin nun, etong mga seller na to na nag-a-advertise ng product nila, magbabayad lamang sila kay Amazon only if somebody or someone will click their ads. Kaya tinatawag siya na pay per click. So, ibig sabihin nun, even if nakita ko tong mga product na to sa screen natin, hindi sila matcha-charge as long as hindi ko siya i-click. So that's the point or the idea there. Now, pagdating sa advertising, napakaraming placement na pwedeng paglagyan or pagpilian, pwede nating pagpilian. Ito tinatawag na top of search, which is nasa pinaka-top siya ng results. Meron ding somewhere in the middle na nakalagay na merong sponsored. Ayan, sponsored. And meron din nasa hulihan, pinaka-bottom. Meron din tayong tinatawag na video ads, which is this one. This is also the placement for video ads. And yung kaninang nadaanan natin, this is also a video ads, which is meron nakalagay na sponsor. And we will learn more about that as we go along with this learning process with regards to the Amazon advertising. But one thing that I'd like to talk about here is the idea, what is the PPC all about? So basically, PPC parang Facebook ads lang din. It's more on paying the company or the system like Facebook or Amazon, paying them na ipakita yung product mo, right? Amazon PPC. Now, right after that, it's more on advertising stuff. Pagdating sa Amazon PPC, right after that, it's more on store SEO and PPC management and kumbaga maintenance, maintaining and your advertising. Kasi pagdating sa Amazon PPC, you have to understand your data, your result and whatnot to do the necessary adjustment and achieve the a certain goal, kung ano man yung goal ng PPC or advertising or ng product nyo. Could it be the profit, could it be ranking, could it be more on like brand awareness and whatnot. So pretty much everything, I've discussed that on the course sa mga lessons natin. So for the next coming webinars natin, we will try to answer whatever questions that you have with regards to the Amazon PPC. So we will dive more deeper about that. But that's the general idea of Amazon PPC. It's more on managing their product advertisement. All right? That's our kumaga parang pinaka main role. Pero eto, parang overview lang ano yung mga ginagawa ng isang Amazon SEO. So product page and market analysis, keyword rank banking, SEO listing optimization, keyword indexing, PPC keyword suggestion support, keyword rank tracking, and whatnot. It might sound a lot, as of the moment, but eventually once you get to know more about the Amazon SEO, hindi siya ganun talaga ka complicated. Merong mga certain processes lang part ng ng SEO sa pag-optimize ng isang listing na medyo time consuming, but in general, in terms of complexity sa pag-intindi yung idea and concept ng Amazon SEO, it's not really that super complicated and ano yung mga tasks na ginagawa natin. So ayun, Amazon PPC, it's more on ito yung mga parang general idea about ano yung mga tasks na ginagawa bilang isang Amazon PPC specialist. More on campaign management, checking bad campaigns, checking good campaigns, checking your budget, checking your bids, checking your targeting, making a campaign decision based on its performance, updating your inventory and whatnot, customers, analyzing your customer search and report, reporting weekly, monthly, quarterly basis, keyword targeting performance report. Parang mga ganun. It's more on you advertise and then ang gagawin ni Amazon, magbibigay siya ng mga data and then based on the results ng advertisement mo and then babasahin mo yung data. And then, pag nabasa mo na yung data, nakita mo na yung mga issues, opportunities, problem, challenges, and whatnot, then, you create an action plan or adjustment with those, advertisement. It's more on that, kumbaga, nature. So, ganon, Amazon PPC, search term month performance report, keyword, and so on. So, overall, yung pinaka-role talaga ng Amazon SEO on PPC, kumbaga pinaka-main idea niya why they would always need someone who can do PPC. Kasi si PPC is someone or yung type of skill na nagbibigay talaga sa kanila ng benta, profit or sales. And that's the main reason why that they would always need someone who can do PPC or else it will totally kill their business, as a whole. Kasi the main reason why they are doing that, why they are selling on Amazon is to make money or to make sales. And PPC is still one of the major contributor ng pagkakaroon nila ng sales sa kanilang mga account. And this is the main reason why that I decided to just focus on Amazon PPC from being an Amazon product researcher. It's more on consistency ng isang client, stability, and at the same time I actually enjoy doing PPC as well, aside from, of course, it has a much higher rate in terms of demand, given you have the enough knowledge and skill that you can offer. Mabenta mo ng maayos yung skill mo sa kliyente mo, then it's not really impossible na kahit newbie ka, you can start asking 8 $10 per month. Basta mabenta mo lang ng maayos yung skill mo. Alright? So, ayun. Common mistake most aspiring Amazon virtual assistant do when starting their VA journey. This is very common. Yung pagmamadali, yung paghahanap ng kliyente kahit na wala pang solid knowledge about PPC. And I'm telling you, pagdating sa PPC interview ng mga kliyente, they will always, it will always include some technical questions, some scenarios that you have to answer na, for them to gauge your knowledge if you are the right fit for the position that they are, actually looking for. Now, a lot of aspiring PPC virtual assistant na kahit na hindi pa ganun kasolid yung knowledge, naghahanap agad ng kliyente. Now, during the interview, there are a lot of questions that they cannot answer properly. They cannot deliver the answer properly. And the main reason is they don't have a solid knowledge about that. And ang nangyari, nasasayang yung chances of talking to a client na sana pwede mo ma-close if you have the proper preparation with your with your knowledge. So, ang mangyayari nun is marami na nadi-decline ng kliyente, which is sayang naman. 'Di ba? Na nakapag-usap tayo. Kasi ang ginawa ko before when I started ng pag-isang Amazon PPC, for about 2 to 3 months, hindi talaga ako naghanap ng kliyente. Like inano ko muna talaga yung knowledge ko about that, about sa PPC. And then after that, when I was like I felt like confident already with my knowledge, that's how I started to look for a client already. And then every time na meron silang question, I can confidently answer their question kasi I have, I can back up my my kumbaga parang yung confidence ko sa pagsagot ng kanilang mga question. And that's extremely important pagdating sa mga interview, which is we will talk about that in the future on that part pagdating sa interview tips and yung mga preparation na kailangan gawin when talking to a client. Knowledge, confidence, delivery of your knowledge sa kanila is something that is extremely important, especially how you consider of building their trust sa'yo na once you talk to them, once you deliver your answers to their question, mararamdaman nila na you really know something na matutulungan mo sila. Kasi for me, there's only 2 reasons why they are looking for an Amazon PPC specialist. Number 1, naghahanap sila ng PPC virtual assistant mainly because alam nila yung trabaho, alam nila paano gawin. It's just that probably wala silang time or oras na gawin yung trabaho na yun. Kaya they would look someone na alam gawin yung trabaho. Number 2, hindi nila alam yung isang yung mga work around anything about Amazon PPC. And so that's why they would look someone who knows how to do the Amazon PPC. So the bottom line is with those 2 reasons, pinaka-bottom line is they would always need someone who knows something na pwedeng makatulong sa kanila. And the thing here, most of them, aside from of course from yung mga agency na nag-accept ng mga tawag nito, interns na walang experience pero may knowledge. Pero most of them, yung mga direct client and some of the majority of the agency, they would always look someone who has the knowledge already. Right? So that's the very important part that I'd like to discuss na before looking for a client, we should prepare our knowledge first. And trust me, there is like really a difference when you prepare your knowledge pagdating sa sa interview versus doon sa sa wala. And I've experienced this already by a lot when I was starting, and even with some of the previous student na naghanap ng kliyente agad without having a solid knowledge yet. Pretty much almost the same thing yung nangyari. They cannot answer properly the question, na decline ng kliyente and whatnot. So ang huli, they end up asking me some question on how to answer this and how to answer that and whatnot, which is during the live interview, hindi mo na you have no time already to ask for some help how to answer this question and that kasi live mo siyang kailangang sagutin, unless if that's some sort of like form test, yan you can submit it right after a few hours or after a day and whatnot, then meron pa ring chance. But most of them, especially pag direct client, they would always someone who has the knowledge. They would always need someone who has the knowledge already, right? So that's the thing. I mean, I would understand if you would look right away, like super kailangan mo na talaga kumita ng kliyente. I mean, pwedeng-pwede naman if kailangan na talaga, if that's something na like initially like you have the confidence na you can close the client even without having a solid knowledge yet, then you know, by all means do it kasi kailangan mo 'yon. But if hindi pa naman ganun talaga ka, like there's no emergencies and whatnot financially, and you know you can still sustain on learning first, like for about 2 months, 1 month, depende sa time mo about PPC, then I would suggest na prepare your knowledge muna, right? Para hindi masayang yung nakausap natin ng kliyente. Now, in terms of potential money that you can earn as an Amazon SEO PPC specialist, that's something that I've discussed already, and probably some of you have watched the YouTube channel already of the Sandbox VA. Some of the students that I interviewed previously, some of them are making like literally 6-digit per month, and just like me, they have no background as well before pagdating sa Amazon PPC. They have a different industries as well, like me, before they enter sa pagiging Amazon PPC. So basically what I'm trying to say, that even if you don't have experience or knowledge right now, hindi siya kumbaga parang hadlang for us to say na hindi ko kayang gawin yan kasi wala akong knowledge yan. Kasi we all, you know, start having zero knowledge, just like me and just like the other student that I interviewed before from our YouTube channel, na wala ding experience sa ganito, that is already making 6-digit per month right now as an Amazon PPC specialist. Again, that's an Amazon PPC skill only. Wala nang iba, wala nang iba, hindi na inaral yung ibang skill. Now, pagdating naman sa natin, learning process. Since this is an pre-recorded lesson, and there we will have parang weekly live sessions lang, parang ganito, like more on question and answers. Previously, we actually tried na parang meron kaming set of topics every week na pag-uusapan. Like, I'm not sure if I can pull this out here. Eto. Ayan. Ay, hindi ito. Hanapin ko lang yung weekly. Ito pala. Ayan o. Ayan. So basically, parang every week, meron kaming pag-uusapan. Like for the first week, pag-usapan natin question and answer, more on about SEO. For the second week, more on like campaign creation. For the third week, more on campaign bulk creation. For the fourth week, let's talk about updating the campaign using the bulk file. Fifth week, more on PPC scenario and decision making and whatnot. We actually tried this concept, pero naging siya, kumbaga hindi ganon ka-consistent kasi karamihan sa atin like hindi tayo sabay-sabay sa pag-aaral ng mga lesson kasi merong iba may busy sa kanilang trabaho, merong iba na merong mga like let's say nag-aalaga pa, merong inaalagaan, and merong iba like probably merong mga business. So basically hindi pantay-pantay yung progress ng bawat student sa bawat lesson kasi it's a self-paced learning system. So anong nangyari, like when we talk about SEO, nag-usap kami ng SEO, but for the next coming week, yung iba hindi na nakahabol, and then yung iba nasa part na to ng week lesson, like let us say nasa campaign bulk creation yan, tapos yung iba wala pa. Now yung iba parang medyo na sila, nadi-distract sila sa topic namin sa week 3 kasi wala pa sila sa part na yon kasi medyo nahuli sila. So parang nadi-discourage sila kasi why it's weak, like the topic and discussion and question and answer is weak, like parang advanced na ng konti sa kanila. So they feel like parang napag-iwanan. So that's something that I don't want to happen again na scenario kasi what I'm trying to like to come up right now is that to make everyone understand that since this is a self-paced learning system, when we are doing a question and answer portion like session like every week, I would highly suggest na whenever there is a question na parang medyo advanced sa part mo, like yung topic na yon hindi mo pa napanood, hindi mo pa naaral, yung lesson na yon, just disregard it. Don't mind that question. Paanuhin mo lang sa sa tenga mo. And then just focus doon sa part ng lesson kung nasaang part mo na inaaral yung focus on your pacing, right? Kung sa part na yon ng lesson, like let's say nasa SEO ka pa and doon ka merong mga question, then doon ka lang din mag-focus. Yung question mo, yung bigyan mo ng pansin. Kasi kung bibigyan mo ng pansin yung mga question ng iba, then chances are baka malito ka na kasi bakit ang advanced na. I mean, just like what I said, just disregard it. Kasi in time, darating ka rin sa topic na yon wherein you will ask your own question about it. So basically, when we are doing a live session like this, for the question and answer, what I would, what I could highly suggest, whenever there is a question, just focus on your own question kung nasaang part ka na ng lesson para hindi ka ma-distract sa mga other discussion and questions and answers na pag-uusapan natin. Kasi if you think about those things na hindi mo pa napapanood, malaki ang chances na baka ma-distract ka. So this is what I actually did before. So ang mangyayari ngayon, yun na nga, parang yung weekly session natin, parang magiging open discussion na siya. Kumbaga, kung nasaang part ka na ng lesson, doon kita tutulungan. Doon kita sasagutin. Right? Doon tayo mag-uusap. Kumbaga parang iisipin mo na tayong dalawa lang yung nag-uusap. So every time na may question yung iba na hindi ka pa familiar, just disregard it. Right? So basically that's the that's gonna be our learning process pagdating sa weekly session natin until makarating ka dun sa part na matapos mo na yung course and then you are on the part of creating your online portfolio already, preparation of your social media account, tips and tricks pagdating sa interview and whatnot. Yun yung bibigyan natin ng pansin kung nasa ang pacing na yung learning process mo. All right? So basically that's pretty much it that I'd like to discuss pagdating sa orientation natin. It's more on the most important part is yung learning process talaga kasi there have been like so many batches already that every time that when we were doing this live session, a question and answer, nadidistract talaga sila sa ibang question ng mga kabatch nila na kung saan sa mga question na yon hindi pa naman nila napapanood yung mga part ng lesson na yon. So parang nagiging masyadong advanced na sa pandinig nila. Kaya, I really suggest na focus on your own question, right? So that's pretty much it that I'd like to discuss. And you can start, we can start actually already starting with the SEO. I know that some of you nakita yung product research na included sa course, just disregard it, parang bonus na lang yon, bonus lesson na lang yon. But in general, we will start from SEO and PPC kasi nga just like what I said, you don't have to learn everything product research for you to be able to learn the the SEO and PPC, right? So that's pretty much it. And do you have any question, guys, or anything that you would like to ask before we start? Nga pala, sino pang walang access sa Helium 10? Lahat na ba nagkaano na? May access na sa Helium 10? Aray.
Meron na po, coach.
Meron na. Sinong wala pa? Alright, lahat meron na.
Pwede
Sige.
ba kaming coach, gumamit sabay-sabay nun account?
That's actually one of the problem kasi pag like let's say 30-20 kayo nagkasabay-sabay, merong iba na potentially ma-log out. So you just have to log in again pag na-log out kayo. Pero nga may chances na yung iba ma-log out pag sabay-sabay ng right. So ayun. Any questions so far? Nga pala, I will add you to the official ano natin ngayon, or probably mamaya, or sige, mamaya, sa official GC natin. Kasi yung GC natin ngayon, temporary lang yun. So, I will add you to the, first batch from the, BIP. So, whenever you have question as well, they can also help, based on their, experiences. Right? So, yun, any questions so far? Everything is clear? Wala na. Sino na nakapag-start ng ng lesson? For sure yung iba nag-start na.
Ano po, Coach SEO pa lang.
SEO. So far wala ka namang sir, question.
Meron po, Coach, regarding dun sa sa pag-extract ng mga keyword kasi kailangan talaga isama, Coach, yung mga sponsored keyword versus organic or organic lang.
Hindi, pwede naman kahit na isama natin yung sponsored kasi the idea there while you're extracting keyword is to get a list of keywords that is relevant doon sa product mo. So ibig sabihin nun, even if sponsored keyword yon, if relevant naman siya, then kunin natin, sama pa rin natin. It's just that, if those keyword has been like duplicated already, we just need to keep one. Remove lang natin yung duplicate.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Yep, no problem. Any question so far?
Coach, may tanong pa pala ako kasi previously may napanood ako nagiging standard yung pagtingin ka sa Cerebro, parang basis nila ng pagtingin dun sa data mo na 1:2, 1 sponsored keyword, 2 equivalent to 2 organic keyword. Parang yun yung ideal na ratio doon sa Cerebro, sa ASIN. Anong ma-comment nyo doon, Coach?
What do you mean 1:2, sir? Like 2 organic?
Every pag sa Cerebro parang ideally pag meron kang isang sponsored keyword, dapat meron kang equivalent na 2 organic keyword. Parang yun yung magiging balance daw sa parang division ng sponsored saka organic.
Ano yan in terms of like extraction ng mga keyword?
Dun sa wait lang. Doon sa Cerebro pagka-generate mo, Coach, ng ASIN.
Yun nga yung pag reverse search ng isang ASIN.
Kasi kapag yung parang ini-evaluate mo yung ASIN niya, parang kung paano mo ma-optimize yung existing ASIN, parang may nabasa ako na standard sa kanila, parang guide nila yung 1 sponsored keyword equivalent to 2 organic keyword, parang ganun yung nila.
Well, pagdating naman sa sir, like like let's say sa ganyan, sa optimization, I actually don't have, I mean, very simple lang yung ko, like the idea. It's more on lang talaga, like relevancy nung keyword, search volume. But in terms of other like fancy metrics na binibigay ni Helium 10 na mga metrics, like yung, I mean, nakakatulong naman yung Cerebro score and whatnot, but it's not really 100% that when you optimize a listing, that's gonna be your basis na this is the best keyword to put on title, bullet points, product description, and whatnot. You still have to put your own judgment on like what's the best keyword to do. Or I mean, I'm so far I'm not using, and I haven't watched it yet, but I'm not really using any sort of like ratio between a sponsored keyword and an organic keyword as i-reference kung sa pagpili yung keyword or best keyword na nagagamitin ko.
Sige coach, yun lang po. Nilinaw ko lang kasi parang ano, may nabasa lang kasi ako.
Mm. Pero try ko check. Ano yan, sir? Parang meron silang binibigay na scoring system sa ano? Sa Cerebro? Or-
Ano, alam ko parang ano to eh. X-ray yata yun coach, nagkamali ako. Sa X-ray yata ng ASIN. Pagka X-ray, di ba lalabas yung keyword tapos lalabas yung ranking ng mga keyword na included dun sa
okay,
ASIN na
sige.
yun.
So let me share my ano. Eto. So let's say nasa ano ka? Amazon. Tapos, ito, like let's say nag-search tayo ng gym gloves. Kasi meron na ito ba ibig sabihin mo sir?
Yan, papasok
Hindi,
pa doon sa loob talaga.
sa loob ng, ito dito.
ASIN, tapos X-ray, apa.
Okay, sige. Tingnan natin.
Para ka mag-ASIN review, evaluate ng ASIN.
Mm-mm. So for example, ito, at Tercel workout gloves. Wait lang. Medyo mahina, ano. Internet. Meron ka ng ano, sir? Kumbaga parang experience in general about ano, Amazon?
Ano sir, dati po ako sa product sourcing, pero OA. Pero
Okay.
kumuha rin ako ng training before, general.
Hello, sir. Sorry, nawala yung ano,
Ano pa?
internet ko. Ayun, nag-start ka ng ano, OA?
OA po.
Mm. Actually, hindi ko na-try OA. Hindi ba ano siya? Hindi ba siya time consuming? Mag-source?
Sobrang time consuming ko.
Same pa rin, no? Ng ano sa PL, no?
Opo. Hindi, at least sa PL coach, hindi ka naman ganun ka-required. Kasi sa OA, meron kaming quota na $7,000 a week kailangan purchase
Ay,
namin.
kailangan
Ganun.
habulin.
Oo, so yung 8 hours mo, pag minalas-malas ka, baka buong araw ka na nag-source.
Actually, just
Pero
yan
pag-
yun yung inanuhan ko sa ano yung pagpaparak research, like yung pressure. Like this week pag hindi ka nakapaghanap ng product na meron criteria na hinahanap ni kliyente, there's a pressure na mafe-feel mo talaga.
Opo, sobra coach kasi i-call yung attention mo eh.
Oo, i-call yung attention mo. Ano na ba? Wala na. So ito sir, ito ba sir yung ano, keyword X-ray?
Ko, coach, saglit. I-screenshot ko yung may ano to eh, yun, nahanap ko na coach. Yung sa may Amazon guy, tapos nagre-review sila ng ASIN review.
Helium 10 gamit nila?
Helium 10 ako. Tapos lalabas yung sa may keyword distribution. Tama, Cerebro yata to, coach. Pero may siya, ito to, yung keyword distribution niya sa sa Cerebro.
Mm-mm.
Opo. Meron kasi lumalabas dito, coach, na yung halimbawa yung for specific ASIN, meron siyang kung ilan yung included na sponsored keyword doon sa ASIN na yon, tapos kung ilang organic keyword yung included din sa ASIN na yon.
Oo.
Para sa kanila, nagsasabi sila na ideally 1:2. Kailangan, kung meron kang isang sponsored keyword, dapat may dalawa kang organic keyword. Yun yung parang keyword distribution nila na na sineset. Kasi every time nag-ASIN review sila for coach, for listing optimization.
Oo.
Lagi nila nababanggit na ideally yung distribution ng keyword nila is 1:2. One sponsored keyword equal to 2 organic keyword. Parang ganun lagi yung nila yung.
So ano yun parang 2 organic keyword? Parang like ano yun, two different keywords?
Apo. Yung number of keyword na included dun sa ASIN, parang 1:2. Kung halimbawa meron kang 100 na sponsored keyword, dapat meron kang 200 na organic keyword included doon sa sa ASIN mo. Pero depende pa rin yan doon sa sa
Pero yung ano
ranking
na
nung
yun, like yung basis nila, like yung tawag na ito, sa 100 na mag-rank, like let's say 1:2 or 1:2 or like 1:2, sa sponsored na tina-target mo na keyword, closely relevant siya doon or closely siya doon sa ano sa nag-organic ranking.
Hindi, magkahiwalay, coach. Bali parang kailangan, kung halimbawa may 300 keywords ka, yung 100 keywords mo doon, i-sponsored mo, yung 200 organic lang, iwan mo lang organic. Ganun,
Okay.
parang ganun na ideally nila.
Okay, gets ko na. Pero saan nila naka-ano dito? At itong
Ayan po, yung sa taas, coach. Sa taas.
itong
Sa taas pa po. Ayan, yan po. Ayan, keyword distribution yan. Yung sponsored 1,402, organic 433. So parang ito, ideal sa kanila tong ratio na to. Parang mas malapit siya sa reality kapag 1:2 yung ano niya, distribution niya ng organic, ng sponsored versus organic.
okay. So this is only analyzing for ano. But you can put multiple ASIN naman dito. I think madidedupe na siya pag naglagay tayo ng multiple ASIN.
Ano yan, coach, sa inyo? Ano ideal ano niyo? Wala naman.
Wala naman. I mean,
sa
I don't,
keyword distribution.
siguro makakatulong to, but pagdating kasi sa optimization, I give like majority of the time focus on my own listing talaga, on how I like optimize it in terms of how I position my keywords, relevancy, how rich the keyword yung tina-target ko or nilalagay ko dito, like based on my budget, based on my strategy, would it be ideal to target and focus on this specific keyword? Kasi each and every keyword na inaano natin sa PPC and SEO in terms of organic ranking, there will be certain level of kumbaga expenses na nakakabit diyan, 'di ba? Kasi bawat keyword pagdating sa PPC may different level of cost per click yan, depende on how expensive the keyword na tina-target mo. So siguro makakatulong to, but I'm not just so sure how to utilize well this data in terms of like optimization. But in my opinion, I still prefer more on having my own judgment based on my strategy pagdating sa isang keyword, whether it's relevant or not, or would it be the best keyword to put this on a specific placement doon sa SEO ko, and whatnot. Like this keyword, would it be best to rank organically? Like if I rank organically for this keyword, will there be like chances of me having a good numbers of organic sales as well? So yun yung mga like consideration ko.
Tanong ko lang yung regard dito sa sinabi niyo kanina, organic. Paano kung halimbawa, coach, SEO, PPC ka, tapos pati ba yung mga walang sponsored na AC nung client, inaayos mo rin yung niya, optimization ng list niya?
Possible. Yes, kasi only if like SEO is part of your role, kasi merong mga kliyente na they have someone separate na gumagawa ng listing optimization nila, keyword SEO and whatnot. But let's put it like, let's say ikaw rin ang pinapahandle ng SEO, then yes, I will have to fix the other listing as well, most especially those listing na parang na medyo na neglect but has the potential to have a good conversion in terms of sales. So inaayos ko pa rin. I would always suggest na ayusin lahat ng other variation, listing, and the others. Kasi sa Amazon, especially for a listing na merong multiple variation, on a customer's perception, like when you click a product, like say for example this one, eto, right? Pag click ko neto, like ito yung in-advertise nila na product, di ba? Etong, asan na yan? Like let's say itong product na to. So when I click this, yung nakita ko lang, which is yung in-advertise nila, is itong specific variation na to. But as soon as I landed to the official product page, there are different listing na pwedeng makita ni customer. And the thing there is, inside Amazon PPC, sa mga reports niya, meron tayong report na pwedeng ma-pull up doon na kung saan malalaman natin kung anong specific talaga na variation ang binili ni customer. Kasi pwedeng mangyari na ang clinic nila itong black. Pero as soon as they land here sa product page, nakita nila, ay, mas okay pala ang green. Ay, mas okay pala ang red. So they decided to purchase different variation versus doon sa in-advertise mo. So basically, kahit na parang hindi siya included or something, always like suggest na ayusin lahat talaga ng listing if that's something na included sa sa trabaho. Kasi for some reason, kasi nasa isang listing lang din yan sila for product that has a variation, or let's say a standalone listing na parang hindi nila medyo binibigyan nilang pansin, tapos sa tingin mo marami pang stock, there's a potential for growth for that specific product, tapos hindi lang nabigyan ng pansin, and that could give you potentially some good numbers of sales as well para ma-improve yung overall profitability nyo. Then yes, I would suggest na ayusin yung listing.
Pag ganun pala TL, coach, kapag TL kasi yung mga sa trabaho ko dati katawag ko TL. Coach yung sa kasi naka-parent to, 'di ba? So ang in-sponsored mo is yung parent. Pag ang
Hindi.
kinlik niya
yung child, kasi hindi mo pwedeng i-advertise yung parent. So you have to choose one here.
Parent.
Right?
Okay.
So sa case na to, ang in-advertise nila is itong black. Right? Itong
Yes,
variation
coach.
na to.
Pero coach, pag yan, alimbawa black yung nasa sponsored mo, tapos kinlik nila yung red, ano yung yung performance nun magpo-fall sa black or hindi?
That's actually like a broad discussion in the PPC community for quite a while already, kung kanino talaga exactly makikredit yung performance. And to be honest, I'm not really like so sure as well how things works inside the PPC algorithm. Pagdating sa ganong bagay, would it be credited dito sa red one na hindi natin in-advertise, or would it be credited dito sa black one na in-advertise natin? So pagdating sa attribution, that's something that like I'm not totally sure, kasi even ako wala akong makitang information from the Amazon itself on how they exactly work on that sales attribution, kung kanino nila exactly attribute yung sales na yun or performance. I mean, the sales itself will be attributed specifically to the variation na binili nila. But the question there is, sa kaninong performance yun marirecord na variation? Would it be from this red or from the black one? So that's something I'm not really sure 100%. Yun
lang
kaya
po, coach.
Pag sa mga mga ganong cases, if sa tingin mo, like when you read your search term report, nakita mo na there are so many units sold from the other variation na hindi ko na-advertise versus doon sa in-advertise mo, then you have to look at that in the purchase product report, and focus on try to advertise as well that specific variation na hindi mo binigyan ng pansin, kasi it's converting. It's just that hindi mo nabigyan ng pansin kasi you decided to advertise these other ones that is not converting. And nakita mo sa PPC search term report, yes, my sales, right? Which is you will learn that on the side of the PPC lesson. Makita mo my sales kasi makita mo doon numbers lang. Hindi mo makita exactly na kung anong specific sales or specific variation yung binili ni customers. Numbers lang, how many sold units, but there's no SKU. So gagawin mo, instead of downloading the search term report, you have to download the purchase product report, and doon mo makikita kung anong specific, which is I've discussed that on the side of the PPC.
Yes po.
You will learn
Thank
that
you, coach.
in the future. Yep. Welcome. Yep. And any question so far? Right. So I guess there is no more other question. So by next week, anong like preferred time nyo na ano? 6 p.m., 7 p.m. yung regular ano natin? Na weekly ano question and answer session? Or
Pwede 6
gabi?
p.m.
6 p.m. Let's have ano na lang. Let's have a poll or voting na lang din sa ano natin. Sa GC natin, and then I think merong iba na wala rin dito ngayon sa ano sa webinar natin. So everybody can vote as well whatever time na bakante sa kanila. So ganun na lang siguro. Right? So yeah, if there is no more question, again, thank you very much guys for our first webinars for coming here tonight. And yun na nga, that the learning process, something na I'd like to talaga discuss. Focus on your questions, focus on your learnings, right? So that's pretty much it. And thank you very much guys, and have a good night. It's already almost
Thank you,
pala,
Coach.
11
Thank
p.m.
you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you po.
Yes, no problem. Thank
Thank you,
you, thank you
Coach.
din po.
Merry
Bye-bye.
Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. 27, almost New Year.